first started thinking about SPX very deeply, I think it was June of last year. And, you know, when you first discover SPX 6900, you're like, oh, cool idea. I can see this going to 0.1% of SPX 500, which is like 50 billion, which would be like SHIB's market top, right? Then you spend a couple more weeks in the community and you're like, wait a second, this is actually something different. I could see this maybe even hitting 1% of SPX 500, right? Then you spend another month or two in the community, you dig deeper, and you're like, this is a new paradigm. What if it goes to 10% of SPX 500, right? And I know this sounds crazy, right? And a lot of people are still on this next stage. But at some point, you actually ask yourself, right? What if it actually flips the stock market, right? And you just start, it's like a mind virus, like you said, right? You keep thinking about it and you keep finding these little angles in these scenarios, these universes, multiverses rather, where it could happen, right? But most importantly, you know, people need to understand it's like not a binary thing, and that even if it goes to like 3% or 5% or whatever of the target, that we're still talking like 500 billion trillion dollars. Right? It's insane numbers. And I genuinely like, I think it can happen, you know, I think it can happen. And I think what I like, again, coming back to this idea, it's a slow acting device, and that it does a lot of, even with the smartest people, it doesn't hit them immediately. It hits them over time. And it has these sort of like delayed effect, like the delayed second order, third order effect. But once you see the light, it can't leave your mind, you know? And the fact that it sounds quote unquote impossible and it has this delusional crazy energy about it, it's contagious, you know? Delusion is contagious. And what's delusional yesterday becomes a possibility today and a probability tomorrow, you know? And I loved it, you know? And, you know, essentially seeing this whole arc, which initially appears as a David versus Goliath battle, but then with every passing day, it becomes less and less crazy. Just being a part of that is like very exciting. And I think at the end of the day, it's like you said, people, they're not so much looking for utility or technology, but they're actually looking for other people, and they're looking for experiences and adventure, right? And I think experiences and adventure is going to be like one of the, especially in the context of other people and being together with other people, that's going to be like the defining product of the post-AI world. And I think these top cults are essentially going to benefit from this tremendously. That's how I see about it.